Okay, so here we have it, the HRZ stove from Germany. A simple tin box, which makes sense as this was made by Hans Ruf of Zierndorf, hence the HRZ. We can see their logo on the spirit burner in the centre, and it says for spirit only. Now, HRZ were in business from 1928 to 1975, so this is at least 50 years old. The company originally made tin toys, tops, cars, trucks in the town of Zierndorf, which has a reputation for making toys. At one time there were 30 toy companies there. You can see some examples in the town museum. HRZ also made gas lanterns under license, and another stove called the RZ640, which ran on white gas and benzene, but also had a similar sort of case. The case is made out of ferrous metal, a steel probably. It's in very good condition. There isn't much rust inside the case. We'll just move that over there. And the spirit burner is quite wide, not very deep. The top will screw off, and there is a sealing ring which is easy to lose. Inside you can see a little bit of corrosion, but for a minimum of 50-year-old stove, that is not bad. The burner is not made of brass. It is ferrous metal, which makes sense due to the pedigree of the company and what they made. Now, I have not lit this or given it a shot. It has been used by the looks of it. It's soaking up the fuel nicely. And taking quite a lot of fuel. And there we have it, a little bit of fuel in there, adds a bit of weight. There is no snuffer or anything like that. If you take out the rubber ring, you can obviously snuff it out with the lid. And a Trangia type simmer ring will fit over the top very nicely actually. Now we put it back inside. I'll just move that over. There is a little bit of rust, soot come out of it. You can see that fits in very well and also allows you to simmer. So this stove will simmer. Now, weight. How much does it weigh? Let's put the cap on. We'll bring in 373 grams with fuel, which is all right, considering it's made of steel. Now, as usual, we'll be putting the kettle on. We will get the simmer ring snuffer ready. And we'll keep this out of the way. Okay folks, lights off. They're off. So just so that you can see what it's like when we light it. and how long it will take to bloom. Now, this being steel, it will take more time to get up to operating temperature and produce the alcohol vapour. You can see that it's trying. And that's probably as good as we're going to get. So, kettle on, timer on. And there it's fully bloomed and there's some very nice flame coming out. And that took just under 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 57 seconds for it to boil. Now, let's try and snuff it out. I'll use my better hand. Perfect. I quite like this little stove. I don't know what they had been burning in that before, but it's left a lot of black soot all over my kettle, which I don't get usually with bioethanol. So there's some sort of alcohol being used in that isn't exactly pure. Probably meths or something like that. As you can see there, it's left rather a ring, but never mind. These things happen. So, that's the HRZ Spirit stove from Germany. A nice little stove in a nice little package. It does get very hot, so you would have to wait, as usual, for everything to cool down. It has a rubber ring for transportation, so the alcohol can be kept in there, but seeing as it is probably a steel burner, I will be draining the alcohol from it. It's a nice little picnic stove, have in the car, have on the motorbike. It makes a nice little kit. You could put your lighter, a rag, things like that, all in the box, and then pack it away, and then just have your pot on the top. You can put it into different positions. I've got it on the most stable position, but it does not lock into position at any of the others, but it will lower the pot near the flame. However, as you saw with the flame pattern, it is quite a high pattern, so there's no need to bring it down closer. 5 minutes is respectable for this age of stove. I'm quite happy with it. As usual, let me know what you think in the comments. It's always good to hear from you. That's all for this week. And hopefully I'll see you next week with yet another stove. Thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye bye.